In this video, we're going to be talking about buying a car from a dealership versus Carvana. Reasons why you should buy from a dealership versus Carvana. So, number one, hundreds of used cars are available at Carvana and also at the dealership. You just have to make a choice that what you want to do. Some people think because of convenience, they're going to do Carvana, because Carvana will drop the car off at your doorstep. Getting dropped off at your doorstep is not always the way you need to actually look at buying a car. Going to the dealership, because after you buy your car, you can go back, you can talk to a person. Carvana doesn't care after you buy a car. There's no communication after the fact. You can't call and have a conversation with a person. You could, but you're going to get a different person every time. When you go to a dealership, you're going to be able to talk to somebody live. Number two, service your vehicle at the same reliable center. When you buy your car from a dealership, some people don't always go back and buy and get their car serviced at the dealership that they bought their car from. But they find a local dealership where they live to actually go service their car. But listen, why not be able to service your car at the dealership where you bought your car? One, you're going to build relationships. It's all about building relationships. Number three, price match your offer for the best trade value. Let me just tell you this. Carvana, whatever price that they have, is non-negotiable. You don't get to tell them, I think that car is priced $1,000 more. You don't get to say, you know what, I need $1,000 less. That's just not going to happen, because their prices are what their prices is. When you go to a dealership, you have a conversation with someone that works at a dealership. The price is always negotiable. Whether you want to get $100 off, $500 off, $400 off, it's always negotiable. Carvana may give you the best trade-in value, but listen, you're going to get the best trade-in value, but if you buy a car from them and you look to trade in 2 or 3 years, your car is going to be overpriced. You're still going to owe a lot more on your car than what it's worth. Why? It's because they make their prices. They say they set their prices according to what everybody else set their prices are. No, they don't. Because remember, if they have to drop off your car to you, they got to pay the driver that's going to drop your car off. They got to make sure his hourly wage is paid. They got to make sure when they take the car through service or through maintenance, they got to do that. And then they also got to make sure what? They got to pay taxes on the car when they buy it. They got to pay fees too. So what happens? They pass the fees on you by taking the sales price up higher. All right. Number 4, test drive. When you get a car from Carvana, you don't get to test drive your vehicle. You get to pick out what you want, right? You say you may have more options with Carvana. You don't get to test drive that vehicle. When that vehicle is dropped to your doorstep or wherever you say you want it dropped off at, you don't get to say, you know what? I want to test drive that vehicle before I get it. No, that's not happening. You go to a dealership, you can test drive that vehicle. And if you don't like that vehicle, you can walk away. Also, if you buy a car at a dealership, you can also take it to your local mechanic. You can't get a car from Carvana and say, you know what, I'm going to take this car and I'm going to take it to a local mechanic, and then if not, I'm going to just bring it right back to you. No, that's not happening. Next, offer sales, events, and discount. Dealership have discount. They do. If you don't ask, you don't receive. Carvana, remember, one price. Next, they deliver to your home. Yeah, Carvana delivers to your home. That's a positive for them. Yes, it is. But depends on what dealership you go to. You never know. They may deliver the car to you instead of you coming in dealership. Now a lot of dealerships have where you e-sign, which means they can email you your paperwork, you sign your paperwork, and then you get your car delivered to you. That's just a new way now sometimes of buying a car. Next one, you offer the test drive before buying the vehicle. You offer that. Now my recommendation is anytime you buy a new or used car, you need to test drive. Unless you've been buying the same cars for years and years and years, and then you know how that car drives, right? You get an option to actually test drive that car. And if you're buying a used car, there's nowhere in the world you shouldn't test drive that vehicle. If you're buying a used car in another state and you know someone in that state and you trust that person, then you have them go test drive your car. Or you pay a mechanic to go test drive your car. Next is no hassle, car buying and financing options. With Carvana has all the banks that they have options, but they don't have the option that dealerships have. We have more options because this is what we do all day. We have the lenders that we do business with, right? We have the service department, we have the body shop, and then you have more finance options. The reason you have more finance options is because we have built those relationships with the banks for years. We ask for favors. We represent the people. If you watch my past videos, I've always said, I really favor credit unions because credit unions for the people, by the people, because they're owned by people. And banks like Chase Bank or Huntington or Bank of America, they're shareholders. Now, I belong to a credit union and I belong to a bank. So I try to get the best of both worlds. The next one is you buy a car at the dealership where you live, your purchase actually supports the community. Hopefully somewhere at the dealership that you purchased the car with, they're probably involved in some kind of event or something involved in that particular community, which means that in some way they're giving back. They're giving back. The next one is the entire vehicle purchase can be done from home. Well, yeah, it can be. When you buy a car from a dealership, everything can be done from home. You just need to follow the steps. You just need to know the steps. If your credit's in the toilet, you might not be able to always buy from home. It's steps and process that you have to go through to be able to, buy a car. Again, if your credit's in the toilet. Finally, the last one is flexible warranties for peace of mind. Peace of mind with flexible warranty. We have warranty options for our customers. You just have to have conversation. If you're buying a car for 5 years or 6 years, are you going to get a warranty for 2 years or 3 years? What's your deductible? You have options. You can either financial warranty in your payment, or you can do it after the fact. You can actually do it where you make monthly installments for 12 to 18 months on that particular warranty. So no, there are options. Of course, yes, I am for people buying cars for dealerships because I work in a dealership, and I feel that yes, you want to be able to support dealerships because we're going to support you. Why? It's because we're going to give you everything that you need and deserve, and even more if you just ask for it. Carvana is fly by night. Why? It's because they're here now. But are they going to be around next year? Are they going to be around the year after? Everything comes to a toll, right? Because convenience is always not what you need to go with. There's pros and cons with anything you do. Anything you do.